Hello everybody, my name is Aisha Ugah. I'm the Creative Director of Nichole by Haguanna. And today we're going to be talking about the basics of coloring leather. So before we start, we have a couple of things that you will need. First of all, you need color, all-purpose coloring dye. This is my personal favorite. It's called Dylan. I mean, there's several in the market, but I choose to use this because I've used this for a few years and I've realized it's very reliable and it doesn't run. You can get this on Amazon or in the market, but there are limited supplies here, but Amazon, you can get this. So yeah, this is my personal favorite. And then I have my foam tied on a stick. I like to do it the local way, so yeah, this is what I use. So as not to get colors all over, and it's easier to apply color on your skin when you have that. And what else? Gloves. For those of you that want to apply directly on a foam without the stick, you can use your hand gloves. And of course, you're going to need hot water and a bowl to mix your colors. And of course, a scissors and then your skin. First things first, make sure your skin surface is very clean because if it's not clean, when you apply the color, you're going to have like residues left on the color. It would dry with the color and then you can't scrape or shine properly. It's going to leave like marks all over the leather. So that's very important. So let's get to it. First of all, cut my color. We're going to be using blue. Put that in a bowl. And then your hot water, make sure it's a 3/4 part to a full sachet of color. Don't be scared to put water because you want to avoid having your skin too colorful, because what happens then is if the color is too much and the water is not enough, you're going to find that it has a golden surface underneath your color, and that means it's going to run. So you want to make sure that you actually dilute your color properly. So your water has to be really hot. So yeah, here we go. When that's done, mix your color properly. Make sure it's very well mixed with your water, and then we begin. So today we're going to be using this color on plain crocodile skin. This is how it comes. So the whole end game is to have something like that. This is a finished product. This is a fully dyed crocodile, but it comes in its natural state before you color it. So here we go. Now, if your color is not as deep as you want it to be, you might want to, this is called a Madonna blue, so it's pretty much a light colored blue. If I want it darker, what I could do is, give me a second, I'm going to open a darker shade of blue and mix it. Just a wee bit. And of course, I'm going to add more water to it. It's very imperative that your color is not too thick, or else you're going to have a problem with your finished product. You can see the color has automatically changed. It's now a deeper shade of blue. It's no longer light. So all you need to do is apply. This is so easy when you have your foam on a stick. It makes it easier. Now when it gets to the edges of the bone, I usually beat it. You know, you have to beat it to put it in it. Now remember, you can also apply the same method to a calf skin. Yes, you can put that in. This is a calf skin, and you can also apply it to a calf skin, as you can see. So I'm doing it simultaneously on both the skin and the calf skin as well. So here we go. You have to make sure it gets into every single corner of your skin. The bone, the skin, it has the crocodile skin and the snake skins all have patterns on it. So you want to make sure that your color sinks into it properly. You do not want any side left untouched by the color. So, which is why I prefer the method of beating. I beat it into the skin because that way you're sure it's going to absorb the color into every single corner of the skin. There we go. So yeah, you get the general gist. Now for skin, it takes a whole lot more than just applying a color to process it and get it ready for a bag. So this is just the first step of coloring for us when it comes to exotic skins. Now the only difference between coloring the skin and the lambskin is there's a process I'm going to apply to the skin that we don't need to apply to the lambskin. So for the croc, once this color is applied, you let it dry like I have. Let me show you. Give me a second. We have a skin that is already colored in black. Now, it doesn't look black right now because this is the first coat. Yeah, we're going to, after coloring this leather, we have to apply a system. We're going to put raw groundnuts, grounded groundnuts on this one to wash the first stage of the color, and then we're going to reapply the color again, and that way it sticks. I'm going to show you that in a second, and I will tell you why we do that. So yeah, so this, you can see how the color has taken to the crocodile already. Okay. So we get the general gist of how to apply color to your crocodile. Now, the density of how you want your color is now up to you, and how much darker you want it or how much lighter you want it is now up to you. I'm just gonna go straight ahead and deal with the color that we've already done. You can put this aside. Remember, always make sure your color is totally dry. You have to dry for about 24 hours before you take the next step. Because if your skin is not properly dried, you're going to have a problem with mold after you've made the bag. So that's very important that you make sure your skin is dry from all colors before you start to process the bag. So now we already have this. I'm going to show you what we do with this first stage of color. Sorry, it's messy here. We should have actually put this up. Now, this is raw groundnut. It's been fresh. It's not fried or anything. It's fresh from the ground. And then what we've done is actually blend it. Of course, when you finish blending, it looks something like a goosey. Okay, so you can use a bit of cold water. Mix it just a little bit, just make it into a paste. That's the whole idea. For this, I'm going to use my hands. After you mix it properly, make sure you formed it into a paste. You apply it on this crocodile like that. Now, what this does for you is, first of all, it takes out any residue of color. Second of all, it smoothens the surface. The natural oil in the peanuts actually give it a nice finish, and also softens the surface a little bit. It does actually give it a glossy, like a semi-glossy look after you've done this. Of course, we're going to wash this off, and when we do wash it, you see the difference when it dries up. But this is a very important part that we actually go through when we're actually processing skin. Anything exotic, like your snake skins and your crocodiles and your ostrich skins. This is a process we must go through. If you come closer, you can see that already the surface of the crocodile is changing. you can see it like more like a glossy finish to it. The oil from the groundnut, the natural oils, is very important for this crocodile. It gives it, and don't forget, this is all hand dyed. When you dye your skin in the tannery, you have the use of drums and machines, so it's a lot different from this one. But if you must hand dye, this is the process. And I like to hand dye my stuff. Again, make sure that the groundnut reaches every corner of your skin. If you notice, there's already a shimmery finish to it. This also will make sure that you don't have any excess colors. I must add, if for any reason you don't know how much parts to measure to water for your skin colors, once you apply to the skin and it has a goldish finish, you know you've put too much color on it. So this part is really important because it's going to wash off all that extra color on it. So that's for those that are new to coloring. Once you see that it's too shimmery, it has a goldish finish after you apply your color, just know that you've applied too much color and it will definitely run. And we don't want that. We don't want colors running on your client's clothes. So it's important that you get it right. So yeah, so once we're done with that, we're going to take it out, let it sit for a bit. It's going to dry up and turn into grains, and then we're going to wash it off. As soon as we finish washing it off, we'll let the skin dry again, and then it's ready to be scraped and shined and graded and used for a bag. So I hope this was helpful. So that's the basics of coloring your leather. So if you notice, these two colors are different. The finish is also different. This is a different color from that one. In the video, we're treating the basics. Now, this is a more customized kind of coloring method for me. Of course, my trade secrets, so I'm not going to share this one with you. But if you want to know more, you know where to find me. So, yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video and you learned something from it. Thank you.